What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are having a great New Year's. Now, with the start of a brand new year, you're probably wondering what type of content, what type of updates are we going to be seeing in Modern Warfare 3? This will be a very big year for Call of Duty with so many different updates lined up, so many events coming in. There's also very big popular maps making their way back into the game. I'm going to cover all that probably in tomorrow's video, but today I want to talk about what the next big update for 2024 is going to be, what content to expect now before we even start talking about the future and what's going to come in months down the line. Before we get into today's topic, a quick word from our sponsor, Messy Modding Store. It's a store that provides any and all Call of Duty services. They can even get you exclusive operators and bundles such as the Nuke operator. They also unlock all the cosmetics in a legitimate way without using unlock tools or mods. Just check out Messy Modding. The link will be down in the description. With today's store update, we actually got two new items that were added. The first one being the Horseman Operator Bundle, which is an Ultra Skin and a Tracer Pack. This will cost you 2,400 COD points. Will feature the Horse Operator skin for swagger. This is what it looks like. Included with this bundle, you have the Demonic Call for the Bass B, which will have Tracer rounds, and these are the Tracer effects being showcased. And unfortunately, this is the only weapon blueprint that is included in this bundle, so there's usually around 2 to 3 that are added. This time, it's only one. They're charging you 2,400 COD points. The rest of the bundle will consist of things like calling cards, weapon charms, emblems, and a loading screen. But that ended up sparking a big debate over on Twitter because a very similar bundle to this came out during Call of Duty Vanguard, and it costed the same amount, which was $19.99 USD or 2,400 COD points. But this bundle actually included a little bit more. So you ended up getting a brand new operator skin. You ended up getting 3 different weapon blueprints, one for an AR, one for an SMG, one for a melee weapon. You also got a brand new operator finishing move. You got a highlight intro. You got an emblem, calling card, charm, and a spray for the same exact price. And on top of that, the operator was an ultra skin. The weapon blueprint did have tracer rounds, so it was the same exact thing that we have right now, except there was a lot more content involved and it costed the same amount. So that raises the question, are these Call of Duty bundles starting to get way too expensive? This is the first time we consistently saw operator bundles costing 2,800 COD points. We have, I believe, 3 right now, where you have the anime bundle, you have the Zombies Ethereum Ultra skin, and then you also have the Mastercraft bundle with Doc. Those are all going to be 2,800 COD points, and that's from only one update. But anyways, what are your thoughts and opinions on that? The second store update we received, this is a free gift that you can claim in the store right now. It usually lasts around a couple days before it ends up getting replaced by something else, so make sure to redeem that. Anyways, let's talk about the brand new update that we're going to be getting this week. So this Wednesday, January 3rd, is going to be the next update that we will get. We haven't gotten any brand new content for a couple weeks now, mainly because the Call of Duty devs were off for their holiday break, and now that they are returning, this is when they're going to start pushing out these updates. Many of these updates are going to consist of bug fixes. So for example, there's many glitches out in the game as of right now. There's actually a new movement mechanic that allows you to run as fast as the Flash, and people are taking advantage of it in Zombies as well as in Warzone, and it's pretty overpowered. I mean, if you see someone running like this, you'll automatically assume that they are a hacker. So it is something that could get players shadow banned or completely banned for taking advantage of this. But something like this and other different glitches that are currently going on in the game are probably going to end up getting fixed this Wednesday. I know many of you guys can't even see the event tab, so that hopefully might get fixed this brand new update. And then you also have aftermarket parts. You're currently not able to equip them. That's a known issue as well, so that's probably going to end up being fixed at the same time. You can also expect some weapon balance adjustments and changes. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to do it this upcoming Wednesday or they might save it for a following week, but usually weapon balance changes are done every couple weeks to adjust the current metas in the game. Maybe there's a couple weapons that are too overpowered that need to be tuned down. Maybe there's weapons that people just aren't using at all that they need to buff. You also can't forget about the snake shot ammunition as well as the Maelstrom dual trigger. Those were disabled, so whenever you put them on and you jump in a game, the attachment would actually be disabled and you wouldn't be able to use it. So they still haven't fixed that yet, and they'll probably end up doing that with the next big update. And not to mention, we are receiving a big event this upcoming Wednesday, and that's going to be the Vortex LTM. I have already covered the details multiple times in multiple videos, but the major thing that you need to know is this is going to be a brand new event that's going to be added into the game along with a brand new playlist update. There's going to be a ray gun being added to multiplayer, different map variations. Think of it like the holiday event that we have, where it updated and added 2 different map variations for shipment as well as high rise, and then it added a different unique playlist for that LTM, and then the event tab got updated with the challenges and the rewards that you're able to grind out for. It's going to be the same exact way here. Depending on how much time they have, if they do plan on adding an actual update, there may be a download required, and that will include the patch notes, the weapon balance changes, all the details I talked about earlier. If not, you can expect a small playlist update where all you have to do is load up the game. It'll say app requires a restart it, and then the playlist, the modes, the content, all that will be added and available. So there's definitely new content to expect with this brand new event that's going to be added into the game. After this event is over, the continuous updates are going to come in. We have brand new events that are going to be taking place every couple weeks. We saw all these different camos that were revealed, which I'll go ahead and showcase just some short clips of. All these different camos are not tied to any operator bundles. And as we saw from the preseason of MW3 up until now, they do these weekly event challenges for camos often, and they do all these different type of XP events. All you have to do is just play the game and you can get yourself these types of rewards. They're going to start being added, I'm going to guess, after the Vortex event ends, which means that starting off 2024, there won't be any stale periods. If you guys remember with Modern Warfare 2, we went from the holiday event all the way up until like towards the end of January, beginning of February, where it was just completely stale. I remember they had to delay season 1 and no updates, no content were added for almost an entire month. And if you guys remember that, that's usually a COD cycle that happens every single year. And this is the first year where they've actually broken that cycle, where they're consistently adding events, which means that the Vortex event is going to be on the 3rd of this year. And then once it ends, there's going to be another event that will take place for maybe like 7 days. After that, the boys event will be starting with the mid-season update, and then they're going to continuously go on. We're going to jump into season 2. If you do want to know what's going to go on the event for the boys and more details on that, I did make a video the other day covering the boys event. I've also talked about season 1 reloaded. If you've been consistently watching my videos, you know about the amount of content that we are expecting to see here in this game. Something else that a lot of people are forgetting about, but I want to make sure that you are reminded, because the more we speak about this, the more that there's a likely chance that this could get solved, and that is skill-based matchmaking. The whole problem with that, how it's pretty much ruining the entire game. Call of Duty ended up mentioning, they said, we know that there's a lot of interest in the matchmaking experience, especially around how skill contributes to how lobbies and matches are put together. Nothing is more important to us than the experience players have with the game, and matchmaking is a big part of that. We've been working on our matchmaking system for well over 10 years, and we continue to spend a ton of time and energy on improving matchmaking. This involves people working at COD studios, our back-end service teams, and more groups, in a large effort that we work to approach to combine latency, search time, and skill, along with many other factors, to try and find the best experience for you. Talking about this topic in detail can be hard, and we haven't spent the time to pull together all of our work to share with you our insights and improvements over the many years. We're looking forward to doing that in the upcoming weeks after season 1 launches. We'll make it a part of our ongoing discussion with the community. They did say that they were going to talk about it during season 1 at some point. Currently, they are away on their break, but when they come back, I feel like that will probably be a good time for them to start talking about it. And as a community, we sort of got to remind them about how much we don't like the skill-based matchmaking. They did talk about some other different ways that they could potentially try to counteract it without necessarily removing it. So for example, Sledgehammer said, in a future game update, we'll be testing non-disbanding lobbies with a cohort of players to determine the performance of such a change. If these tests go well, we'll explore a rollout to all players. This gives us the opportunity to stay in a lobby, so you may occasionally end up getting in a really good lobby where players aren't that good, no one is really tryharding or sweating all too much, and that's a lobby that you want to stay in. Usually with Call of Duty, they'll disband you and throw you into a completely different lobby. Non-disbanding lobbies will keep you in that same lobby until you want to back out and leave for yourself. And we saw with the experimental update how they tried out doing different features before they implemented them into the game, and if they got good feedback, they actually ended up doing it. Hopefully sometime soon this year, maybe even this month if we're lucky enough, we'll get some sort of an experimental playlist going on to try and test this out. But this is what they answered in one of their Q&As when people were asking about this. But anyways, that's all that I have for you guys in today's video. Definitely expect a lot of new content to be coming out this year, especially with these new updates that we have as early as this upcoming Wednesday. But that's all that I got for you guys in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.